Hey fans, Anime God is here. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, subscribe and join to the squad. Okay guys, today let's see what are the best anime to watch if you are just getting into anime. Or you are an anime fan and you want to suggest a good anime to your friend who has little to no experience at all with anime. In case of you haven't watched animes and if you wonder it is worth your time, believe me, anime will give you a great experience with a great pleasure. It will totally worth your time. In case if you wonder what is this anime, I have recently done a video regarding what is an anime. So check that video out to get a better understanding about anime. There will be a card somewhere here. Without a further ado, let's see what are the best animes to start with depending on your taste. If you ask me what is a good anime to watch and you have little to no experience with anime, my main question is what you into and what interests you, because there are thousand anime. So it is very important to recognize your desires and select the best anime to watch as your first anime. If you choose a wrong one, there is a possibility that you will get bored and eventually you will drop that anime and get a wrong first impression. If you are a person who has no particular interest other than entertaining good storyline, I would highly recommend you to watch Death Note. Without any spoilers, now I will tell why I recommend you Death Note as your first anime. Death Note is a extremely short story. It's only have 37 episodes. From the jump, Death Note will get extremely interesting. If you haven't watched any anime, after watching this video, just go and watch couple of episodes from Death Note. Believe me, you will get hooked up instantly. Death Note is a psychological thriller with tiny amount of supernatural aspect. It will completely blow your mind. Compared to other great animes, Death Note doesn't have much of weird character designs. Sometimes for a new anime fan, character designs might throw you off despite of the quality of the show. Death Note have some of the greatest mind fights between super genius in all media. If you don't get what I am talking, it has some of the best mind battles, even surpassing stories like Sherlock Holmes. Every damn episode is highly entertaining and highly interesting. Watch this show and tell your opinion in the comment section. In my personal experience, I have recommended this anime to lot of people who are not anime fan at the beginning. After watching Death Note, all of them become anime fan, and recently I have recommended this show to my roommate. After that point, he is searching animes like Death Note. Shout out to him, who is a great fan of mine and a great human being.
I'm the only one who can. I'll do it. Using the Death Note, I'll change the world. I will become the god of this new world.
Now let's see what are the best animes to watch depending on your taste. If you are interested in superhero stories, yeah, I am talking to you Marvel and DC fans, I would highly recommend you to watch One Punch Man. One Punch Man is one of the best shows that I have ever seen, and it is highly entertaining. It has all the aspects in supernatural movies and TV series in Marvel and DC universe. It has superpowers, great villains, great storyline. It's fully action-packed and hilarious anime. If you interest in action, you have action. If you interest in superpowers, you have superpowers. If you interest in comedy, you have comedy. I can say that it's a full package that covers almost all the categories that you are interested. Currently, it has only 2 seasons and both seasons only contain 24 episodes. One Punch Man also very short anime compared to other great animes. If you start watching One Punch Man, I will guarantee you that you will be hooked up in just by watching few episodes. Everyone that I know who has watched this anime has a very positive reaction toward this one. I almost forget to mention that this anime has extremely good animation. All the fights are on point. If you haven't watched this anime, you are just missing one of the greatest masterpieces ever created.
It's closing in! Damn! So who's available?
We have confirmation that Lightning Max and Smile Man are on their way!
Guess I'll go.
「
Guess I'll go.
「
Guess I'll go. 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 Guess I'll
If you're interested in romantic TV series and movies, I highly encourage you to check out Anohana, the flower we saw that day. It is a very nice little romantic anime. It only have 11 episodes, very short one indeed. This anime also get interested from the jump. If you are interested in romance anime, I highly recommend you to check this out. If you are interested in adventure anime that packed with action and blend with dark themes even without having a second thought, I would recommend you to watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood or original Full Metal Alchemist. This anime is completely surrounded by dark and deep themes with a great plot. Plot twists in this anime is phenomenal. You will be edge of your seat in every damn episode of this series. From the moment you start to watch this anime, I am pretty sure you will be completely love this anime. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood have 69 episodes and Full Metal Alchemist have 51 episodes. Both of them are almost same story. It has great animation as well. If anyone asked me for a recommendation and they haven't watched any anime and they don't ask me any particular category, it is highly like to recommend Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood or Death Note. It is always between those two. I believe that everyone can get into this anime as well. If you haven't watched any animes, watch this anime and tell your honest thoughts in the comment section. Now I am going to tell you what is the best anime to watch if you are a gamer. Okay, now if you are a real gamer, your biggest fantasy would be your favorite character in the gaming world. There are a lot of animes that dedicated for you. These animes called generally Isekai anime. In these types of anime, main character stuck in a gaming world to come back to real world, they have to finish their game. If you have watched Jumanji, I think you will get what I am telling you. Isekai anime that I am going to recommend you known as Sword Art Online. Very good show, especially the first season. Extremely strong start. This is the anime that introduced Isekai anime to the anime community. If you are a new anime fan and you like gaming, I highly recommend you to check out first season of Sword Art Online. I am pretty sure that you will be hooked up with this anime.
Attention players, I welcome you to my world. You cannot log yourselves out of SAO, and no one from the outside will be able to shut down or remove the nerve gear from your head. If your HP drops to 0, your avatar will be deleted from the system forever, and the nerve gear will simultaneously destroy your brain.
If you haven't watched any anime yet, I believe that now you have a good idea where to start. I need to quickly mention that there are extremely good animes such as Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Dragon Ball. List will go on and on. I am not recommending those anime because of several reasons. Some of these animes only get good after several episodes. I believe that for a new fan, first impression is very important, and some animes have hundreds of episodes. It is very rare newcomers are dedicated to those long running shonen animes. So I believe all the animes that I have recommend get extremely good from the beginning and very short anime. Most of all of these animes character designs are not so weird, so it won't throw you off as well. I recommend as soon as you finish this video, Google one of these anime and watch only the first couple of episodes and decide whether you want to watch rest or not. If you are already an anime fan, I suggest you to share this video with your friends who are not anime fan and make them interested with anime. By the way, please comment on the comment section what is the first anime that you have watched and what kind of impression that you get from that anime. If you enjoy this video, leave a like, share this video with your friends and definitely subscribe the channel. Stay tuned for the next video.